everyone and welcome to another video. In today's video I'm going to do this beauty tutorial for you. It's inspired by a sleek order that I did last year and I got this orange pigment. Unfortunately it didn't turn out as vibrant as I was hoping, but that's okay, it made it a little bit more wearable. So I'm first going to start by applying a base. This is to give something for the pigment to cling to, as well as add more depth to the colour. I'm using a dark brown jumbo eyeshadow pencil from NYX and I'm just blending that out using the warmth of my fingertips. Now I have already primed underneath this as well, the usual way that I normally do. Then taking the sleek loose pigment in Zing, I'm going to use a short paddle brush and really pack that on. Again, it wasn't as vibrant as I intended it to be, but that's fine. I just tried to get it to a level that I was happy with and then really blended out the edges. You're seeing a bare minimum of the amount of blending that I did. So just take a really fluffy brush and in small circles and windshield wiper motions, really blend that pigment out. Then to help a little bit more with the blending, I'm going to take an eyeshadow from Illamasqua, this is called Heroine, on the same fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use that to blend out the edges of the orange pigment, and I'm bringing this pretty much all the way up into my eyebrow. Then I'm taking a shimmery light orange shade on that same brush I used to pack on the pigment, and I'm just using that to highlight my inner corner slightly. I wasn't too happy with this highlight, but it turned out alright in the end. Then taking a gel eyeliner, this is the black one from Maybelline, and a short angled brush from Sigma, I'm going to wing that out. Now again, the wings ended up a lot bigger than I had first intended, and I did clean them up a little bit with an cotton bud at the end of this, but it kind of worked out with the false lashes in the end. Then taking my Maybelline black Kajal liner, I'm just going to use that to tight line my eyes. And then I've applied my mascara after curling and some corner lashes, but that took forever, so I decided to omit it. Then taking my Illamasqua Matte Veil Primer, I'm going to use that along my T-zone, and then my Illamasqua Satin Primer is going to go where I intend to highlight. This is a really beautiful natural highlighter that works through a foundation. Then I'm taking my Illamasqua foundation and I'm using first the buffing brush from Real Techniques to really buff that into the skin, and this is a foundation that feels really light on the skin, but at the same time you can build it up to the kind of coverage that you are after. I first went in with this first layer and then I ended up going around my T-zone with a little bit more just to really add to that coverage without having to use a heavy concealer. Then I'm just pressing that in with a wet Real Techniques sponge, and this is really going to help it to look quite nice, and it doesn't look too caked on then. And then I'm just concealing areas that I needed around my nostrils, under my eyes, and then with my Australis contour palette I'm going to use both the pale pink and pale yellow shade underneath my eyes to help set, and I also use this through my T-zone. This is a really nice finely milled powder. You don't need much of it, just enough to set it, and it gives a really nice sort of airbrushed effect. Now, in order to prevent creasing, I first go under my eye with the damp sponge, and then quickly, without moving my eye, I apply the powder. And then I'm going in with my normal face powder, which is the loose translucent one from Face of Australia, and using a very light hand. It looks like I'm being rough, but this is a super soft brush. I'm going to use that to set the rest of my base. Then I'm just using the short shader brush, which still has a little bit of the orange pigment on it, with the Heroine eyeshadow from Illamasqua, and I'm just using that to add depth and colour to the lower lash line. I'm then just going to run my black Kajal liner along my waterline. I'm also going to smudge it into the lashes as well to give a really nice smoky lower lash line. And then with my short shader brush I'm just going to blend that out lightly and apply mascara. Then taking my Heroine eyeshadow again and my Ray Morris square kabuki brush, I'm going to carve out my cheekbones. I'm using a really light hand for this, it's not too big a deal for me contouring. Then using my Balm Cabana Boy blush, which I have recently discovered again, and a very light hand, I'm going to focus that towards the back of my cheekbones. Then I'm going to mix a couple of lip products. I'm first going to start with a more pinky sort of lipstick. This is from Essence, it's their long lasting lipsticks. And then I'm going to blot the excess of that off, and then with a kind of more coral, this is Coral Calling from Essence, I'm going to place that over the top. Again, I'm going to blot the excess, and then I'm going to go in with a nude lip gloss. This is from the brand NYX, and I'm going to put that all over the lips to get the lip colour I was wearing. And there you have it, the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!